What's good, gods and goddesses? Peace and stillness. Um, See, the body is perfect, and when you're in when you're in fight or flight mode or the sympathetic nervous system, which deals with your fight or flight response, which is really a natural response to danger, immediate danger, extreme immediate danger. I mean, literally life or death. So it's like when you compromise your breath, your oxygen intake, and you mess up your blood flow, and the blood's not flowing, you have these blocks with your system, your entire system, and you stress the body out to the point, also with the aid of toxins and starch and metals and all these things that suppress and compromise your vagus nerve, which is in charge of your parasympathetic nervous system and your body's natural respiratory process and physiological process in relation to you know blood flow and hormone production and secretion. So it's like when you're in fight or flight mode, you create or induce, because everything is just a switch, because the body is perfect. The body has everything, even a response for extreme danger, extreme circumstances. So, and when you're in that state, especially when you're under the when you're working with the influence of psychedelic substances such as marijuana or ganja, or I prefer to use other names because marijuana was actually a later use, so kana, we say kana. Um, but anyways, back on topic. Because different herbs are gonna alter your alchemy based on their elemental composition, and it's like if you have because with Dharmiana it's also a psychedelic, and if you use it properly, you brew it properly, or you smoke it, you're gonna get that conscious expanding effect, and it's a healing effect, because nature, because we created the plants, and we create the plants. We're creating plants. You know what I mean? It's nothing but an extension of our energy as God goddesses, and its physiological and biological composition is designed specifically to give certain fruits, certain colors, certain flowers, certain colors. Like we got so crazy with it, we started creating hybrids to just for aesthetic purposes, just because it looks good, and, it's more forcing. And once again, with righteous intent, with true intent, with properly following natural law, you do have a proper, everything has its proper place and everything fits in. It still does, because the cosmos is perfect. So reflection inside out, and it's the collective reflection that is what gives the what gives the look of how the world is right now. I want to be very careful with how I'm wording this, because this is just free thought, man. It's just something I want to share, and it's crucial because you look at people who have bad experiences with natural substances. They have bad trips, whether it be psilocybin mushroom. Now, psilocybin mushroom being mycelium is more distinct than the normal plants, because you're dealing with a mushroom. It's not. It has. It's its own. It's its own entity. And it has its own properties and laws that require respect. And you know, so you ingest these substances, and most people don't even know what these substances are or what they're doing, or how they're gonna alter them and their physiological processes. And it's like, you know, for one, most of them are harmless, thankfully, and that's why we have to be thankful to nature, because once again, we wouldn't create anything that would kill ourselves, unless it was for a monetary profit. But I digress, and I recenter. So you ingest these substances, and now you're already in sympathetic mode. Your breathing is shallow, your blood is just all over the place, trying to find that balance. And it's like, you're more easily susceptible to violence or to negative thoughts, negative auditory thoughts, and you succumb to the how would I put it, um, the self-depreciation, because that's what it is. Because if you're not in an alkali state, you're depreciating, because you're more susceptible to disease. And I don't want to come out here and try to start no war, because I notice with the community, it's like, people read things, and then they have their preconceptions and their bias, and and they have their opinion, which everybody's opinion should be respected. However, in regards to dealing with truth and fact, um, of just being a carbon being, and the components of the plants and the natural plants. I'm not talking about the tamper with plants, because see, if you go to the supermarkets and you go to because they're in on the agenda, they're trying to kill everybody. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. If you're putting preservatives and you're putting, because this is the truth of life, and it's like, you know, when you rape the land and you commercialize and mass farm, which is just mass raping, the earth for natural substances to sell to people. So you have poor intent, and you have just a whole, we can get into it, but let's recenter, man, because it's like, when you do that on that level, it's a self depreciation. You feel me? So the food you're ingesting has been compromised. It's been genetically modified, so they've added starch and metals, their favorite, the only shit that can weaken us, and it's such a fragmented, low vibrational form, and it's like the body now has to get rid of that, because it's causing stagnation, and it's slowing down your natural bowel movements, because the meat and starches, they require energy to break down within your system, as opposed to the natural plants, because they were designed to be ingested and digested immediately, almost instantaneously. It's just a means of our light coming back to us, literally, because you see, the plants, they don't just deal with the soil, they deal with all the elements. They deal with the rain, they deal with the sun, especially the sun. If you have your fruits, if you live in the Caribbean, if you live in any tropical area, and you have your guavas, or you have your sour sop, or whatever, and what may have. These fruits, they're getting a lot of their energy directly from the sun. So it's like, you know, you know, so yeah, when you eating that shit, man, that bullshit, now you need energy to process it. Your body's gonna be scrambling for energy to process it, and now you're more susceptible to disease, because your body's working overtime, doing multiple things at once. It has to maintain ketosis and homeostasis, and then it's like it's constantly being broken. Ketosis is being broken, so now the liver and pancreas are working overtime to break down these starches and these sugars, and over periods of time of stress. This is how you get diabetes and hypertension, high blood pressure, because your liver, your pancreas, they're too occupied and too stressed dealing with all of these toxins. And not only that, it's a double-edged sword because it's like now that you've ingested these toxins, they come with parasites that feed off of these toxins that have already been there from all the crap eating and the stagnation and the, you know what I mean? You have these hybrids that are toxified, and then it starts to eat away at your organs and calcify within your gut and, cause inflammation and bowel problems and, then through overworking of your your liver and your kidneys, now you have stones, and it's a mess. So if you want to avoid all that, just stick with nature, just stick with your natural tropical alkali plants and herbs. You really can't just live off herbs, really, if you because it's different types of diet. You could do what you want with your body, with your temple, but see, I'm not here to propagate the division and say that, hey, you need to be on this kind of diet or this kind of diet. Nah. Everybody has free will, and everybody should be safe in expressing themselves how they are. I'm just giving you the truth of the nature of the collective as human beings. This is how, because the plants are the only medium that can convert the energy within the soil into and break it down into its mineral content, which is what we need. We just need 102 minerals. 1, 2, 3. 102. 102. 1 plus 2, 3. Trinity. You know, the body's perfect. Everything is perfect. So yeah, I'm just in my outside my garden, just transplanting weed, all that stuff. So I wanted to give this message in regards to, and I didn't even finish what I was gonna say because it's like I wanted to say this in relation to when people, smoke, or when they, ingest these substances and they have all these bad experiences. Because, well, the mirror is now reflecting the subconscious. So if you have subconscious mess that you haven't acknowledged and worked with, then is going to be shoved to the forefront as a purging process, because your plants are electric and the plants are ancient and they're giving you back all your energy and your minerals. So it's like within that restoration process, you're going to have moments of epiphany to where it's destroying the old program, bringing in the new. So, you have your bad trips and your bad experiences, and those only come from your reaction to how you acknowledge your trauma and your um, programming. Are you gonna cling to it and latch onto it and allow it to eat at you and corrode you and just bring you back to square one, or are you gonna learn something from it and integrate it within your thought pattern and within your programming? Are you gonna transcend it? Are you gonna learn the lesson? And, you know, so that's really it. You shouldn't fear the plants. You shouldn't fear nature. Because why would you be scared of yourself? You know what I mean? I go outside every day. I breathe. I play in dirt. Real mud boy shit. You know what I mean? Real cosmic shit. Real cosmic man. Divine nurturer, protector, all that. So more life.